All right, and check this out. I will even go further and give you another freebie. Woo, freebie. All right. In fact, this looks a little scary. It's a word problem. So always the last one seems to be the most confusing. So let's do the last one. Let's see what it says over here. It says the length of the hypotenuse. And as I read this, let me draw the illustration. That will help me visualize, okay? So let's move this out of the way. And let's read this guy over here. Here we go. So number 22. It says the length of a hypotenuse of a right triangle. All right, let's do that. Let's just randomly draw a right triangle. There. And the length of a hypotenuse of a right triangle is 3 times the length of one of the legs. Okay, here's one of the legs. And whatever this is 3 times that one. Let's just call it that. And the length of the other leg, what? And the length of the other leg, the length of the hypotenuse, oh, the length of the hypotenuse, oh, the length of the hypotenuse, that's the hypotenuse. That's the hypotenuse. The length of the hypotenuse is 3 times the length of one of the legs. 3 times whatever this is. Whatever the other one is a square root of 72. I don't know what this is. But whatever the hypotenuse is 3 times that. So let's call it 3x. Did you get that? Hypotenuse is 3 times the length of one of the legs. Do they tell you what this one of the leg is? No. So let's call that x. Then this will be 3x. And the length of the other leg, which is not this one, is square root of 72. So now they want us to find out, then what is this one? What is this if it's 3 times that? So as long as we find the x, we could find everything. So, yes, same thing. A squared plus b squared equals a c squared. As long as we're dealing with hypotenuse or Pythagorean theorem, we're going to keep using this guy. The vertical, we agreed to say it's an x. So x squared. B is this radical number, square root of 72 squared. And the c hypotenuse is an expression of 3x. Let's put that in parentheses, and we're going to square that. Wow. Now let's go and evaluate. What is square root of 72 squared? So here's how it looks like. Would you believe that square root of 72 squared is just like saying square root of 72 times square root of 72? Yep. And would you believe that square root of 72 times the square root of 72 is the same as saying square root of 72 times 72? Yep. And would you believe when you have a square root of 2 identical numbers, they come out as just 1? Get out of here. Really? Really, it is. Okay? So think about this one. There's a number of instructional videos on this channel that describes the square of a square root properties. So you might want to look for them, okay? But I'm just letting you know that when you have 2 identical numbers inside a radical square root, it comes out as a single integer, 72 in this case. So apply that over here. What we have is x squared plus 72 is equal to 3. Whoa, wait a minute. Remember, let's do that also. 3x squared. Doesn't that mean 3x times 3x? So therefore, the coefficient 3 times 3 is 9. X times x is x squared. So this becomes 9x squared. Now here's how it works. Which is the bigger x squared? X squared or 9x squared? This is the bigger one. So take the smaller one and move it over to the other side. And you do that by subtracting that expression to both sides of the equation. Check it out. X squared minus x squared becomes a 0. They're additive inverse. They're opposite of each other. So therefore, 72 comes down. Here, 9x squared, negative 1x squared. Yep, 8x squared. Now you're going to solve for x squared by getting rid of that coefficient 8. How? You divide that coefficient to both sides of the equation. So 8 and 8 simplifies to 1x squared. Some people say they cancel, but they simplify to the invisible factor 1, x squared. 72 divided by 8, you know it goes into 72 9 times. Now, finally, how do you get rid of the square root? You square... Oh, darn, I just gave it away. How do you get rid of that x squared? By square root both sides. So x is equal to 3. So therefore, if x is 3, this is 3. And the hypotenuse must be 3 times 3, which is 9. Ta-da! Did you get all that? I'm glad I showed you this one. So this was number 22 in your homework assignment, okay? So try number 21 and 20, the word problems. Good luck.